Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. I'm going to be exposing the truth about silver, what you've been lied about, how deep these theories can go, and how the government, how the feds, how the banking systems have been pushing silver under the rug for their own greediness, for their own benefits, because gold and silver are a direct threat to the dollar. Now, before we start, please smash that like button. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. 200 likes. I don't think I've had a video reach 200 likes in a long time, so if everyone hits the like button, it will drastically help the video out, and especially when we're talking about topics like this where people need to know the truth, right? We need to know the truth about gold and silver, what the lies have been, and the reality behind them, because let's face it, the dollar is backed off of pure faith, pure hope. And if the economy loses faith in the system, then that's a direct threat to them. They try to keep us enslaved to the dollars, and debt is the way to do that. The perfect way to keep someone a slave to the system is to keep them in debt, because then they can control you. It's a power move. It's all about power and control. Now, we are trying to get rid of this power and control because we want to live financially free. And that's where gold and silver comes into play. Now, this video is going to explain several different things, several different reasons why you need to invest in the gold and silver for your livelihood, for your future, financially and emotionally, right? Because this is playing an emotional toll on a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck, barely making ends meet. That's not the point in life. It's to live financially free. So hopefully gold and silver can do that for you. I just made a video talking about the gold to silver ratio and how silver's never been this cheap in 5,000 years. So right now is a perfect starting point if you want to take control of your future. And trust me, if you think that that your dollar bills, that saving money in a bank account is going to someday get you there, I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, but that's completely false. The dollar loses its purchasing power, and the more that time, or the longer time goes on, the less you can buy with your dollar bills. That's why you need to invest in the gold and silver. It's like putting your money in a time capsule. If you have $50,000 in a bank account and have another $50,000 in gold and silver, what you can buy with that $50,000 in a bank account 10 years from now will have drastically gone down. But the $50,000 in gold and silver will have held its price. It's like putting your money in a time capsule. It's preserving your wealth. It's hedging against inflation. We're pumping all these worthless dollars, flooding the market, oversaturating the market with QE, these monetary policies, these stimulus packages, and we really just don't have the money to do so. We are flat out broke. We're $24 trillion in debt, and it's getting worse by the day. There's going to be a new system in place. A new financial system will be in place, and it's up to us as the investor to take control of our future before we get bit in the butt like so many others already have. If you want a prime example of where we're headed, look at third world countries. Look, in these third world countries, they carry their money in trash bags. They weigh their money on scales because their money has lost so much of its value. It's like a dollar bill only having the purchasing power of a couple pennies. So when you go to buy a gallon of gas or go to buy a candy bar from the store, you have to hand over hundreds and hundreds of dollar bills because it's lost so much of its value. They literally weigh their money on scales because it would take too long to count their money. That's why you see the Zimbabwe $1 trillion bill. Their money has lost so much of it's been so oversaturated, so deflated, so impregnated that it's valueless, it's worthless, and that's where we're headed. It's just going to take a little longer for the United States and Canada, some of these richer countries, but we're all headed in the same direction. Every single fiat-based system has all came to the same conclusion, which is failure. It's designed to fail. It's set up to fail. It's set up to fail. So with that said, you can see why central banks, you can see why the feds don't like gold and silver. You can see why if gold and silver was $50 in 2011 and gold's on the path to $2,000, you can see why they're not going to talk about that, but they will talk about how bear silver is, the bear market that it's been in. They'll share that, but they won't talk about the good things. They're only going to shed a light on precious metals in a very narrow-minded, a closed-minded perspective to try to brainwash the investor to think that gold and silver is a bad investment. But it's definitely not. And actually, central banks hoard gold and silver themselves. So they're contradicting themselves. They're hypocrites. They say gold and silver is such a bad investment, but they themselves hold gold and silver because that's the only thing they have that has real value. Right? Once upon a time, our money was backed by gold and silver. So once upon a time, our money actually had value. But nowadays, it doesn't. It's backed by nothing, absolutely nothing. And you know how we try to get ourselves out of debt? By replacing it with more debt. It's like trying to pay off a credit card with another credit card. It's not going to work. And that's why it's so important as an investor to step up to the plate and take control of our future financially. Because it's easy to fall victim to this. If you don't even know, if you've never watched a video like this, then you have no idea. And that's why it's so important to get these videos shared across platforms. Share to your friends and family, other stackers. Because if you don't even know, then you don't even have a chance. You don't even have a chance, an option. You're stuck to the system. You're enslaved to the system, and you don't even have a chance to change that. But if you watch these videos, if you're educated on it, then you know the reality, and then you have at least a chance. What you do with that option is up to you, but at least you have the opportunity in front of you presented to itself, knowing about gold and silver. Right? I just read a quote the other day talking about the richest people in the world are the ones that have the most knowledge, or something along those lines. You know, the wealthiest people in the world, the most successful people in this world, they know the most stuff. They have the most knowledge about stuff. They read, you know, they watch videos. They teach themselves. They're always remaining teachable. And that's the case with you guys. I know you guys are going to be fine because you're watching videos like this. You're watching videos like this to put yourself in a better position in the future, where other people would rather be watching, you know, PORN or you know, some stupid video game. But you are watching this, which is going to, in return, digest into you. It's going to blossom ideas, and you're going to take control of your future. They don't want you to do that. That's going against the grain. Gold and silver is going against the grain, just like Bitcoin was when it first came out. JP Morgan, one of the biggest banks, called Bitcoin a scam. Shot Bitcoin's price down thousands of dollars. Then all of a sudden, JP Morgan buys millions of dollars in Bitcoin. Right? These banks know what they're doing. They're shady. JP Morgan got caught manipulating silver prices. 3 of their employees got sent to jail. It's a punishable crime now. It's called spoofing, placing false buy orders on these exchanges, then canceling the order before it goes through. They know what they're doing. They definitely know what they're doing. That's why they own so much gold and silver, because they do know what they're doing. They know what we know. They know how valuable gold and silver is. They know that they need gold and silver to protect themselves. And that's why they have so much of it. But that's also why they don't want you to have it. Right? So everything that you've been told to about gold and silver is a lie. It's a flat out lie, and this is the truth. I really hope this video sits well with you. I really hope you can take this video as an opportunity to start something new. A lot of you are already stackers that already have invested, but hopefully this video will refresh you and remind you to take things to the next level. Not saying go out and buy 100 ounces of silver right now, just to remember the extreme situation we're in. And we're talking about crazy times right now, so expect crazy things to be happening in the economy. And that means you have to be on your A1 game strategy, you know, silver stacking strategy, whether it's investing in stocks, bonds, options markets, futures contracts, whatever the case is, real estate. You need to be on point, because right now more than ever times are severe, and you can lose a lot of money. You can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. So be careful. Just remember, gold and silver have intrinsic value, and nobody can take that away from it. No matter who says that coin is worth what amount of money, how much, whatever spot price is, the coin will always have 1 ounce of silver inside of it, and that's where the real value is. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I wanted to make this video because I want people to understand the truth. I know how stereotypical it can be, especially as a beginner. You can hear things from different people, even from the ETF side of things, right? Even the digital side of things can be a completely different market. So I want people to be prepared. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for tuning in this video. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. Everyone, hit the like button. This is an extremely important video to do so. Do your part. I appreciate it so much. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.